Hi friends, Sam here with Happily Hook. So today I'm going to be giving you guys some left-handed tips and tricks for crocheting. Obviously I am a right-handed crocheter. If you have watched any of my videos you will know that. But I have taught classes before where I had left-handed crocheters. So I'm going to show you the ways that I helped them out so they could figure out how to crochet. But please note that it's not going to look perfect because I'm not left-handed. I am right-handed. I have crocheted left-handed before, but I am not going to be as perfect at it as you would expect me to be. These are just the tips and tricks that I've helped other left-handed crocheters use. I've done some other research. I've talked to some more left-handed crocheters, but this is just a quick little video to help you guys out if you are left-handed crocheters and you need some help on how to convert patterns so you can make them left-handed. And I'm really excited about this. So if you are a left-handed crocheter and you have any other tips and tricks, leave those in the comments below so we can share them with all of the other left-handed crocheters. And I'm gonna grab my hook and my yarn and let's get started. Hi friends, real quick, if you guys want to find out how to join the coolest crochet community on the internet, make sure you check out the link in the description below, and I cannot wait to see you in the community. Okay, so like I said, today I'm going to show you guys just the simple basics of left-handed crochet and tell you guys a couple tips and tricks that I've learned while helping people crochet left-handed. So I'm a right-handed crocheter. So these stitches might be a little bit messy, and that's just because this isn't my dominant hand. So we're using some paint box, we'll mix chunky yarn, and then I have an 8mm hook, and then this, I don't know what color this is because their colors are all done by numbers, but it's a pretty purple color. So we're going to make our slip knot like we normally would. When I make a slip knot, I wrap my yarn and make an X on the top of my fingers, and then I reach in through my 2 fingers and pinch that tail, and I pull my tail up through. So when I make that, I just wrap it over and I make an X, and then I reach inside and I grab this part and I pull it up, and then I hang on to my tails and I pull it to make my slip knot. So when you're holding your crochet hook, if you've ever watched a crochet video, and I'm speaking as if you've never crocheted before. So you can either hold your crochet hook like a knife, which is how I hold mine, or you can hold it like a pencil. And that's all up to you. It just depends on how you want to hold your crochet hook. So I hold mine like a knife. So we put our slip knot on our yarn and we tighten it down. You don't want it to be so tight that you can't move it, but you want to be able to wiggle it back and forth, but you don't want it so loose that it just falls off. So to hold your working yarn, you want to find a way that's comfortable for you. I loop my yarn all kinds of crazy around my hands. You can just hold it in between your fingers. You can hold it like this. You just need to find whatever works for you. So it's going to take some trial and error. It's going to take a little while to figure it out. But I like to have it looped around because it gives me a good tension, which is how tight or loose my stitches are, and to make sure that it's the same the whole time I'm crocheting. So to start your chain, which is essentially the same thing you're going to do for every beginning crochet item you make that isn't made in a magic ring, is this. You'll take your hook and you'll wrap your yarn around the back of your hook, and then you just slide the stitch over. So you wrap it around and then you pull your hook. And if at the beginning you might need to take this and wrap your yarn over and pull it out of the way and grab your chain and flip it over, and that's okay. You do not have to have this down in one fluid motion the second you start crocheting. So you can do it this way. You can loop your yarn over and then rotate your hook down and go through your stitch. But that is how you're gonna start your chain, and you're just gonna keep practicing until you can make a chain like it's your job, like it's the easiest thing in the world to you. And then you have your chain. So as you can see, mine's a little bit wonky, it's a little bit messy, but as I said, I'm not a left-handed crocheter. I just crochet, and I had a couple questions on it, so I just wanted to be able to help. And this way, right now, I've just got my yarn in between my two fingers, so I can grab my working yarn, grab my chain, and use that to pull my stitches off. Yeah, so that is your working chain. All right, so now that we have our chain done, I'm gonna pull this out and I'm going to do just a smaller chain so I can show you how to do a single crochet. And I just started putting the yarn like I was gonna crochet right-handed. So we'll put our chain on here. All right, so we have our chain of 8. And now to keep going, what we're going to do is we're going to insert our hook into the top bar. So this one right here, we're gonna skip, and we're just gonna go into the top of this stitch. And as you get better with your crochet, you will be able to go into like a different loop or however you want to. This is just for the beginning. So then we yarn over and we go through the first one. So we'll have 2 loops on our hook, and then we yarn over again, and we're always yarning over from the back, and we pull through both of those loops. So that is a single crochet. And then we will insert our hook into the next one, and we'll yarn over and pull up a loop. So now we have 2 loops on our hook again, and we will yarn over and we will pull through those 2. We will insert into the next and yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through 2. And we'll just continue single crocheting all the way to the end. Whoop. As I said, I'm a little bit, it's not as smooth because I am not a left-handed crocheter. But I've taught left-handed crocheters before. Another really fun way to learn how to do left-handed crochet, if that's what you are and you don't want to learn how to crochet right-handed, which I wouldn't blame you, is to sit across, obviously when it's safe and you can be around somebody, depending on your situation, and mirror image that right-handed crocheter. Because that's all it is it's a mirror image of right-handed crochet. So when I would teach in person, I would just sit right across from my left-handed crocheters, and they would just follow what I did. and they would be able to learn that way. So as you can see, my stitches are a little bit looser on the top, but that's just a tension thing. It's no big deal. The more you practice, the better it'll look. But yeah, so if you sit across from a right-handed crocheter and just copy what they're doing, it's the same thing. It's just a mirror image. And then if you're wanting to follow a pattern, before you even start crocheting, read that pattern. And this goes for right and left-handed crocheters. Read the pattern all the way through. And then once you've gone through it and you understand what you're doing, go through and adjust it. If you have to make notes as to how you're turning it or what you're doing, if you're working with granny squares or motifs or something using a chart, flip it. Like, make a mirror image of that and follow it that way. Because either way, if you're working in back and forth rows, it's gonna look the same either way. It just, your tail and your ending yarn will just be on opposite sides. That's the only difference. If you work in rounds, that is a little bit different. It'll look like you made it backwards. But in my opinion, I think it looks really pretty. It's not, it doesn't look bad. It just looks a little bit different. But I think it looks beautiful. So if learning right-handed crochet isn't your thing, if you're not ambidextrous, then I just recommend a lot of practice. And if it's a back and forth row, you're fine. If it's a motif, just make a mirror image of it. And if you're crocheting in the round, just know that it's going to look a little bit different than a right-handed crochet project, but it'll still be beautiful. So yeah, those are my tips and tricks. Like I said, I'm not a left-handed crocheter. I'm not a professional at left-handed crochet. This is just what I've learned. So if you are left-handed and you have any awesome tips and tricks, leave those in the comments below. I would love to add those to the list, so if I make a part 2, I can talk about the things that you talked about. But yeah, so I hope this helps. I hope this at least made it a little bit easier. So if you are a left-handed crocheter or a left-handed person and you're wanting to, I keep going right-handed even though I'm crocheting left, and you're wanting to learn, or if you are a right-handed crocheter and you're wanting to help your left-handed friend crochet, I hope these helped. If they didn't, I do apologize. I'm just trying my best as somebody who doesn't crochet this way, but I hope you guys like this video. So like I said, if you have any tips or tricks or any comments, leave those below for me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!